Go.
It's Doug Ayers. What we're doing here is a seed treatment for some lawn care activity that we got going on. We've taken regular old grass seed and we've dipped that into a Protozoan Infusion that's started with compost and that sort of thing. So we've got a large amount of biology pre-attached to these seeds before we put them out. So we're drying them down right now. They're pretty dry already, but they got another day to go probably before they're fully dry. And as soon as these are dry, we'll be putting them out in the yard and hopefully they will sprout right away with the biology. So this is called a seed treatment, and we've got them laid out here to dry. So just want to give that little update. Thank you. All right, this is Doug Ayers. We talked previously about the seed treatment. This is the liquid that we applied to the seeds. This is called a Protozoan Infusion. So we start out with a bucket of water. This is rainwater. It has no chemicals in it, it's just pure rainwater. And we put a cup of our finished compost in there, and we let that bubble for about 2 days. And the color changes after, say, the second or third day, and that tells us that there's a lot of humic acids in that compost. So then we looked at the microscope, and the biology was good, but it wasn't as dense as the previous batch that we made. So I felt that it was low on food. Let me back up a little bit. When we first started this, we also put in 1 drop of honey, and that's a food source for the bacteria. So what this really is a competition between the second and third trophic levels of the soil food web. So we got the bacterial, fungal community reproducing, and we have the predator community preying upon the bacteria and fungi, and mostly bacteria in this case. And they're pooping out excess nutrients, so you got this nutrient cycling going on. And this is what's missing in most of the soils that we see is the second and third trophic levels. So when I looked at the microscope, the biology was a little bit low. I felt that it needed some food sources, additional food sources like grass. So my assistant went out and picked some grass here and there.
That would be me.
My brother. And so we have that in there. So we'll check it sometime today under the microscope, just see how it's doing. Secret to success here is good aeration. So you can see it's bubbling very well. And I'm not using a diffuser for that. I'm actually just using a stainless steel nut that I found on the street. And I thought, well, that'd be very nice. And it's just a counterweight. And it minimizes contamination from use. So there's a very long hose, and every time I start a new one, I just cut off and get a new piece. So I don't cross-contaminate from the previous batch. So I'll eventually run out of hoses probably, but that's it. It's a simple little air compressor for a fish tank. It's large enough for 5 gallons. Anybody could do this. But this was our seed treatment, and it's called a Protozoan Infusion. The last batch we made, it had 1,560,000 protozoa per gram of material. So very biologically rich. And the protozoa primarily was flagellates and a few amoeba. Now the amoeba you're going to get from your hot compost. You're not going to get that from this. But here you're going to get your flagellates. And because of the aeration, it's highly aerobic, not anaerobic, not facultative. So we had no ciliates at all was detected in this. So it's very, very beneficial for any plant you could possibly put this on. So we also used the previous batch for our yard experiment out there, the backyard and the side yard. So we're anxious to see how that turns out too. So that's it. Just wanted to show you what we use for the seed treatment and how easy it is to produce this. But a secret, you got to have a microscope to see how you will. This could easily go bad. I mean, there's no smell. That's one detection. There's no smell at all, but you put too much of anything in it, it'll get out of balance and it'll go anaerobic because biology uses up oxygen faster than we can put it in, and it'll drive it anaerobic and it'll go bad and you just have to throw it out. Make sure everything's really clean. We clean this up, this bucket with soap and water prior to starting, and that's it. All right.
Thanks.